Oh my goodness. So I got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. Oh my goodness, what a game. So I'm going to peace out on the chat for just a second. I want to get to some things, okay? But if you hang on till the end, I promise you, I only usually rant for about 5-6 minutes and then we get into, hey, there we go. Mr. Richard Head. How you doing, Dick? How you doing, Richard? Thanks for coming out, man. You're following the right spot. You're following the right spot. So let me get into it real quick. Okay, and after I do, then by all means, I'm going to want to hear all your thoughts about what happened here tonight as well, too. But boy, was this the Calgary that I was expecting to see a lot more last year. If you look back at the tapes of me saying stuff about Calgary last year, I fully said that they did not perform to the level that they are capable of. That they would have better years. That they're looking good. Leslie knows. She's been here. Right? Soupy, says Richard. Welcome. But that's exactly it, okay? So this is the Calgary I'm expecting to see more often. I really think that they got a good team. I think they're a lot more dangerous than they have been in the past. And I think it just hasn't clicked for them yet. But if they can play like this more often, okay, they are going to have tremendous success this season. All right? So, huge, good game to all the Calgary fans out there. The team is not looking bad at all. Don't think anything bad about a win like this for us tonight, okay? It's not a huge loss for Calgary. They played their hearts out. Everybody was looking good. And that's the thing, too, okay? So everybody talks about how come all the goalies always seem to have their hottest games against Toronto, right? Why do they always seem to have the hottest games against Toronto? Well, look what happens. We have things like the Hall of Fame game. You know what I mean? We've got things where people are straight up taking a moment before the game starts to talk about greatness and see epic players like Hossa and Iginla. These teams don't get to see that in their home arenas more often than not. Unless it's personal to their team only. You know what I mean? They don't get to see things like that. So you get this huge Hall of Fame moment before a game. Hey, if you're a team like Calgary, you feed off that, right? And boy, did they. They looked great. I see Thievers has got to chug the bottle in the chat there. Thank you, Thievers. And that's a chug. I guess we're giving that one out to hockey. We're giving it out to Calgary tonight for playing a heck of a game. And yeah, Rob Grant, pro hockey life, buddy. Woo! Always. Hey, remember that stick? That's a pro hockey life special too there. That was a good season, man. I cleaned up nice at that place. So yeah, man, Mangiapane is so good. I mean, guys like Lucic are still able to keep up, man. He's not playing like the caveman thug that he used to play like all the time now. He's had to mellow out because he doesn't have a whole team of guys like him like he did in Boston to back him up. So he's had to mellow out, and I'm glad he did. He's a better player like this. I would take Lucic now over Lucic in his heyday. His biggest days in Boston, I would take Lucic now over a guy like that. I hated that guy back then. You know what I mean? The way he played, he was such a thug mentality, and it's different than being tough. Being tough is sticking up for people, doing the right thing, and not being afraid to get it going to make that happen, right? That's toughness. Being a bully on the ice, that's just being a thug, and that's the way he used to play. I don't like him like that. I like him like this. He's tough now. He always was tough, but like now, he's just tough. He's not out there being a thug, right? So yeah, big, huge game from Calgary. Seeing all that stuff before the game must have hyped him up. I mean, this is what I expect to see more of. So watch out for Calgary, all right? Now, I was going to also say, is there anything more dangerous than Nylander on the Toronto Maple Leafs right now? Like, is there anything more dangerous? And before I could even finish the thought, Austin Matthews gets that OT winner. Holy, right? Holy. Oh, man, he's dangerous. Now, Nylander's been getting more of the goals as of late. So, you know, it's a nice thing they got going where, like, either one of them, the two of them on the power play, playing the opposite handedness for one-timers, it's like a dang ping ball machine, man. These guys are just passing it from side to side and then blammo, blammo, blammo. Like, they are rocking it from those two sides like that. You get a guy like Tavares or sometimes Marner in the middle, put a guy like Riley on the point, and this power play is looking dangerous, man. It's looking dangerous. I don't even care if they score on everyone anymore. I really don't. It's not about that. It's about wearing the team out. Sometimes you score. You don't know how many goals get scored right after the power play. You know what I mean? You see that a lot in the NHL. People don't talk about that as much, right? How many times are you going to see a power play goal or a power play end and they score within 10 to 30 seconds afterwards, sometimes a minute. And if they've had a successful power play of really getting opportunities thrown at the net, causing the other team to panic and have to scramble, those 4 guys at least, plus however many times they switch out, all those penalty killers are going to be wiped after a good power play, right? So the Leafs got an amazing power play now, and I don't care if they score every time, they don't need to. If they just keep wearing guys out by getting intense, blasts from the sides, and then being able to tuck away rebounds in front and all that kind of stuff, it's a complete system. Leslie agrees. I'm speaking truth here, guys. You know what I mean? And then, of course, you got Jack Campbell as well. Hey! G! Big Robbie G. Thanks, man. It's balling out. No one usually does that one. Thanks, dude. Thanks. I probably owe you for some skate sharpens after all these years, man. You guys are always so good. But man, yeah, Jack Campbell now. Jack Campbell's a threat. Like, oh my goodness. Woo, some of the saves he can make, huh? And you know what? Okay, so the one that went in against him, let's talk about that for a real quick second, okay? So Campbell, gets scored on. He gets deked out pretty bad, man. Not even his fault at all. And in fact, it's not even the way they handled the 2-on-1. That's just a situation where the Leafs, for some reason, are so offensively minded that they're putting 4 guys, they get caught with 4 guys from the hash marks in on a 5-on-5 in a tie game. There's no need for that. You do not need to put that much offensive pressure on the opposing team when you're deadlocked in a tie like that for 2 periods. You know what I mean? Do not do it. But the Leafs did. They got greedy for a goal, and they didn't need to be, so they get caught out of position. Now they got a crazy 2-on-1 going the other way, and someone's got to try and hustle back. Now, as far as handling a bad situation, I think they did a pretty good job of it. You know what I mean? I think they do a pretty good job of it, but it's the play before that. It's the fact that they tried to creep in and get a goal with 4 dudes on a 5-on-5 even strength. Tie game, you know what I mean? Late in the game. I would not have done that. I would not have done that. As a D-man, you would have had to do everything to pry me off that blue line once I get in there. If we're going to fight for that zone, I am not leaving that blue line. They can get someone else to score goals. That's fine. We're keeping this puck in the zone. You know what I mean? Because we can't afford to give up anything at that point. It's such a tight game. Calgary was so tight defensively. So was Toronto. But they're also getting crazy shots at the same time. Like, I don't know, man. So I just don't like how they handled that one. But they came out ahead. They came out ahead in the end. So does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Fix it for next time, and you move on. They probably know 6 other ways they could fix their game tonight. You know what I mean? I'm saying this for us. They probably already know. And the other amazing thing tonight. Okay, so the other amazing thing tonight was the home crowd, man. Here's another small sip here. Another small sip for the home team, for the home crowd tonight, right there in Scotiabank Arena. Guys, how many times have you sat here and heard me chirp Leafs fans, and lower bowl people and everything like that? How many times have I sat here and chirped all those people in that arena? And it's working. It's working. Because the right people are standing up now to prove that, we do have what it takes. It was down 1-0 in the 3rd period. And I hear, go Leafs, go. Go Leafs, go. What? Oh, I love it. You know what I mean? Trying to get the team rallied back into it when they're feeling down. Not only celebrating when they're up 3-0. You know what I mean? None of this, what have you done for me lately kind of BS, all right? Enough of that. These are the kind of crowds that I've been dying to see, and it's happening. I don't know what's going on, but the right people are starting to sit down at these games. And, it was huge. Just go, Leafs, go. You know what I mean? It gets them rallying behind it. It feels good. The building feels alive. Every opportunity that was missed, there was oohs and ahs and people on their feet. That's it, man. Have a good time. It makes the game more exciting, and the players get into it, and big moments can come out of that. So, straight up, man, Leafs fans in the building tonight, you're my kind of Leafs fans, and I hope more of you get back into the building, man. I hope this continues, because I can't be there every game. There's no way. You know what I mean? But it was awesome to see. So please, keep it up. Keep it up. And all you fans in the chat, Leafs fans in the chat, you know what I mean? With all the hustles and the subscriptions and the tips and everybody tonight, you know what I mean? Just keep it going. Keep this going. It's working, right? We're being a part of this thing. We're helping the boys, you know? So let's see more of it, all right? Spread the word, all right? Yes. All right, so that's pretty much what I have to say about everything. All right, that sums up what I'm thinking right there. And now I want to see who's kicking around in the chat over here. What awesome Leafs fans are kicking around over here that have cool things to say. And we'll get into a story for our good boy Rob Grant if he wants to tell it. I want to see if Rob Grant is still in the chat too, to see if he wants to tell a story. So stick around if you want to talk Leafs and then get into a Rob Grant story. All right.